Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Missing all you guys, so I felt like reading a story. So I dug in my books that I have at home and I found one I think you're really going to enjoy. While we're reading the story, I want us to think about one of those really important reading strategies that we talk about. Check for understanding. And we've talked about that, forever, since all the way in kindergarten. And what that means is, do I understand what's happening in the story? Because when you're reading, your brain should always be saying, what's happening? Who are the characters? What are they doing? Do I remember what I just read? And if you do, great, then you keep going. If you don't, then you have to stop and fix it up. I read a lot of mystery stories, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention and something happens and I'm so confused and I don't understand what's happening. So I stop and I go back a few pages and I reread until I find the part that I missed, and then it makes sense again. So we're going to think about that check for understanding while we read this book. It's called Even Monsters Need Haircuts. It's by Matthew McElligott. Look at there. Even Monsters Need Haircuts. Look at all of these things that they use for the monster haircuts. Oops. My dad is a barber. I like to watch him work. I'm a barber too. So his dad cuts hair. Bet you a lot of you have been to a barber. Tonight will be a full moon. I'll need to get to bed early. Huh. That's an interesting. I wonder what that means. Why is he going to bed early? Because it's a full moon. Just before midnight, I hear a soft tapping sound. Vlad is waiting at the window. I grab my pack and climb down the tree. Together we cross the fields into town. I'm not allowed out of the house alone, but I am not alone. Vlad is with me. So while I'm reading, I'm asking myself, so it's a full moon, it's midnight, a bat came to his house. I guess I remember what's happening. I wonder what's going to happen next. Soon we arrive at the alley behind the barber shop. I have a skeleton key. Now look at Vlad. See what's happening to Vlad there? I unpack my supplies. The rotting tonic, horn polish, and stink wax go on the counter. The shampoo goes next to the sink. I tuck the moon powder into my pocket right next to the tangling brush. I'm ready to begin. Around 12:30, Igor wanders in. Now look real closely at the mirror. I noticed something interesting right over here. I wonder why that's happening. By 1 o'clock, the shop is full. It is going to be a busy night. Look at all these creatures who've come to get their hair cut. So I'm remembering he's a barber. He's working at his dad's shop in the night. So I know what's going on. Some customers are easy. Some are more difficult. Some always get the same thing. Some always want to try something new. I wonder why he's blindfolded here working with that monster's hair. And with some customers, it's tough to know exactly what they want. You wouldn't be able to cut that guy's hair at all. Things were going well, everyone is getting along, and then it happens. There's a knock at the front door. No one ever knocks on the front door. They all know to come around back. Who could it be? So since I remember from the beginning that his dad has this barber shop, I wonder who's going to be at the door. I wonder if it's going to be his dad. It's not his dad. It's a customer, a human customer. We never have had a human customer before. What are we going to do? Nobody moves as the man walks to the barber chair. Okay. Where have all the monsters gone? I am nervous, more nervous than I have ever been. And then he asks me, can you take a little off the top? So is it really a human? I don't think so. We all have a good laugh over that one. The sun will be up soon and the monsters have to go. We sweep up the shop. We flip back the pictures and turn out the lights. It's important that we don't leave anything behind. And the author has chosen to put that word in italics in an interesting print. I wonder why that word looks like that. It's important we don't leave anything behind. Some of the guys give me a ride home. See you next month, I shout. Soon my dad will be waking up to go to work. He has to have his own customers to take care of. That's right, I remember from the beginning the dad was a barber and he's going to go to his shop. I hope they cleaned up. Oops, pages are stuck together. After all, even humans need haircuts. But I notice if I look really closely, they forgot something. They forgot their bottle of rotting tonic. Wonder what's going to happen. So as I read that book, I kept asking myself, do I know what's happening? Do I remember what's happening? Do I understand the story? And I did pretty well. I wanted to look closely at the pictures in this story because it helped me understand, because there were some little details in there. If I didn't remember, though, remember what I would do? I would stop and I'd say, wait a minute, I'm confused. And I would go back a couple of pages and reread that. I would back up and reread to make sure that I understood what was happening. I hope you enjoyed the story, Even Monsters Need Haircuts. There's another book by the same author. It's called Even Aliens Need Snacks. I don't have that one, but we might have to look for it. I hope you are reading and I hope you are staying safe. And I miss you, and we'll see you soon with another story.